look at that. Hi, everyone. Hi, Amon. Hi, Nugs. Hi, Nate. Nate and Nugs are my editors, and they're over there on the Twitch. Hi, Soroxa. Soroxa, can I share your good news? He's probably like, what good news? Go for it. Okay. Soroxa got affiliated by Twitch.
Woo!
Yay! Good job.
Nice job, bud. That's awesome.
Yay! So exciting. There's so many projects that are happening around 863 that this is it's just amazing. All the community projects, whether it's from like Syntech University, EU, to podcasts, to fan art, to music videos. There's just so much going on. And I love it.
It's nice.
It's just exciting.
It's nice to see what the community comes up with, for sure.
It's gotta be weird for, not like weird, but really exciting for you, and kind of weird that you've inspired like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but also like it's such a good motivator too, and it just makes it feel like, oh, I'm doing things that people are inspired by, and like me being inspired is something that's like super important. So
yeah. I don't know. I just like the community. I love the community.
Yeah, our community is pretty dope.
Amon, yes, there is some music videos. And then you have Emiko, who played Matthias's backwards, just the video part backwards, but kept the audio forwards. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's, yeah, I If I didn't understand anything you just said, then I shouldn't be working here.
Oh, a petition to make Matt make more music. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, Joshy. I'm sorry. I don't know. It could happen, but we never know.
Or no.
What is the Twitch? The Twitch is hold on. I made it just today because freaking YouTube decided to be mean to me. It's twitch.tv/subject4podcast. How come I couldn't remember that? Thank you, Joshy. Joshy posted it in the chat. If you guys want to hang out with the Twitch crowd, you can also hang out here. This is just something I'm trying for live stream wise. So, yes, if you want to give us a follow over there, I don't know how active we're going to be on Twitch. Maybe, I mean, I don't play Minecraft. So it's not going to be like a Bailey server or anything. Or I mean, we do play Gartic Phone. You like Gartic Phone, don't you, Chanel?
Yeah, that was actually really fun.
Yeah. I'm not good at Gartic Phone because when you try to play it on your phone, it like cuts out. It's not like widescreen. You can't put it vertical on your phone, so you can't like draw on it. And I'm not fancy. I don't have a stylus. I don't have a drawing tablet. I'm just not fancy.
I'm just using my mouse, guys.
Pastel, yay! Pastel said that she couldn't make it to the podcast because she had what was it? She had something with her throat. I can't remember what it was. But she said her voice is back and she's feeling better. Yay.
Oh, good.
Tonsillitis. That's it.
Yikes. Yeah, that's horrible.
I wanted to say strep throat, but I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, it is off. I can't get tonsillitis. I don't have them anymore. Haha.
I got it.
Hi, mistress. You what?
No, I was just gonna say I got it once, and I was like, "Can I take them out?" And they're like, "No, you gotta have it 3 more times." I was like, "Okay, cool."
My mom, so I had abnormal sized tonsils, so it always looked like I had a sore throat.
Oh.
So if I just didn't want to go to school that day, I would just go to the nurse's office and be like, "My throat really hurts." And my mom,
no.
they would have to send me home because it looked like they were infected and inflamed. When in
Yeah.
reality, they were just abnormally large. And my mom's like, "We're getting those out of you
Right now.
Yeah. So I'm like, so I had a tonsillectomy because I was a jerk in school.
Oh no.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. This podcast, I don't know if it's gonna be up on YouTube. I don't know yet. I don't know anything yet. YouTube ditched on me today, so I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna be, but it will be put up on all the podcast platforms unedited. So you kind of get this unedited version of Chanel and me and everyone, the subject for. So I'm going to go ahead and open, and I'm going to let everyone know that serious spoiler warning, behind the scenes warning. If behind the scenes is not your thing, then you probably shouldn't be here asking the writer questions. Because that's how behind the scenes are you going to get?
So true.
So yeah, very true. If you want to go to our YouTube account, subject for podcast, we do have episode with Matthias, who stays in character the entire time, and there's absolutely no BTS with that, and it's just fun watching me tease, listening to me tease Matthias. So actually, when he called us, did you hear the podcast where he was on his phone?
No.
So he called us 2 weeks ago. So it's the podcast that just went live on Monday, I think. Yeah, it's the pod
Yes.
that just went live on Monday, and he called us from the phone just to see if everyone was on his side, and the audio was so bad.
Oh no.
I spent hours trying to edit it. My sound editor Nugs, he spent a couple hours with it, and then I sent it to my producer Braydon, aka Thumbnail Guy. He did some stuff with it, and I was like, this is the best it's gonna get. It's been through 3 hands. So
There's not much more that we can do.
no, not when he kept going through tunnels and stuff.
Oh gosh.
Emiko even did our artwork up on the video part, and it said the artwork was like Matthias holding like an antique fashion phone, like a landline.
Oh.
And then outside the Matthias's car window, it says tunnel next exit where your audio is gonna get worse.
Oh no.
So yeah, we like teasing dad here. Yeah. So again, spoiler warnings, behind the scene warnings. This is being live streamed on Twitch. Since this is being live streamed on Twitch, we do have a couple of rules about joining the podcast when we open the stage to everyone. You must be at least 14 years of age. Because of the COPPA and HIPAA rules. Even if you come on, I'm sorry to be the mean person, but if you come on and you sound like you're 8, I will boot you off the stage. I'm sorry. It's because I don't want to get in trouble by the federal government, and I don't think Twitch wants to get in trouble by the federal government. So if you're planning on being on the stage to ask Chanel any personal questions, you must be at least 14 years old. And you right now, if you raise your hand to be a part of this, you are consenting to be broadcast live. This, as soon as you raise your hand, you are consenting to be broadcast live. Please have a good microphone. I mean, it doesn't even have to. I mean, Shades, who was my guest this past Wednesday, he even got on to ask Matthias a question, and he had skull candy headphone with the cheap mic. Any microphone's going to work. Just please make sure that you're in a quiet area. You don't have like your mom screaming at you to finish the dishes in the background.
Oh,
yeah, that's happened before. I could hear a mom
no.
screaming in the back. What are you doing? It's like, oh my gosh, I have to cut this out. but I can't cut it out because we're live streaming. So please make sure that the background's free of noise if you're going to join us later. If there is something that Shenelle cannot answer because of the spoilers and secrecy behind Project 863, please accept that. Do not argue. Do not argue with her. Do not try to pry things out of her. I will boot you off stage the moment I feel like you are trying to pry. There are things that she cannot talk about. So when she says, I can't say more on that, leave it as that and say, thank you anyways. Or try to also limit one for one person, one question. We have a lot of people to get through questions. We even have write-in questions as well. So anyways, after me sounding like a mom, we'll just go ahead and introduce Shenelle. Hi, Shenelle.
Hi.
Hi. So I have to ask, you have other projects outside of 863, right?
Oh, like personal projects?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
So you also Twitch. I've seen you Twitch before with Bailey. What is your handle?
It's Peanut Butter Nelly. It's just P and then nut. That sounds weird. And then butter Nelly.
Peanut Butter Nelly. Bailey's in the Twitch chat.
Bailey, my friend.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. I was ignoring Twitch again. I'm so sorry. Bailey's here. Bailey, if you at any time want to jump up on stage with me and Shenelle, we're over in the community. Just go ahead and I'll just send you an invite if you pop in.
My friend.
Your friends. That's always nice.
Yeah.
I love Bailey, but she's probably at work, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm at work technically.
I'm using the work's Wi-Fi.
I'm just staring out. Oh, actually, Bailey and Woods are talking outside. Who knows about what?
Ooh, probably a prop.
Probably.
Or his hair. I've been noticing that Woods, he kind of needs a haircut.
I'll tell him you said that.
Please do. I don't think I think it was the video that was released on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look. It was like, it literally looked like he woke up on the couch behind them and just started filming with Sam. Because his hair was just sticking up everywhere. And I was like, I like the I electrocuted myself look.
Yeah, that sounds like
So,
Woods.
yeah. But yeah, I don't mean for him, like a bunch of people in chat are like freaking out. I don't mean for him to actually like shave his head. Like he shouldn't get it cut by Matthias, but he should get it at least trimmed.
No more videos
more
about him filming cutting his hair.
Yeah, no, or Matt paying him to go bald.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more haircuts by Matt, please. But at least just go get a trim. But
Just a little itty bitty one.
just a bit. Anyway. So, we'll go ahead and jump into my questions, chugging along because I can ramble. And sometimes the podcast recordings last like 2 hours, and I'm not so worried about that because I'm like, I'll fix it in editing. But now that we're live, hi Twitch again. I can't do that. So, first question. How long have you worked with High Five Studios, now Spellbound?
So I started working in November of 2018. I was hired as a full-time PA for Dope or Nope. And that was around the time that Michael Badal was the creator, along with Dave. And if anyone else remembers, I'm sure they do, Liz and Noah, they were the PAs
like
that
for
I worked
Liz.
beside. Yeah, like for Liz. They were my friends at High Five. So that was the era I was starting in at.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think that's when I actually started watching. was
Yeah.
around 2018. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your job title currently?
So right now I'm just a writer slash staff writer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just working solely for Project 863. Sometimes if we haven't really had any opportunities for me to write anything for like other stuff, but when we were doing more of the sponsorships, I would write some of those scripts with Sierra. And when we were doing like the Spellbound Inc. website, I would write some blurbs for that, but mostly it's just Project 863 right now.
Yeah, and well, that I mean, I kind of get some of the behind the scenes stuff on your guys' writing styles with Matthias, and that just sounds like a full-time job. It sounds like what it sounds like is like you have to babysit Matthias.
You know, no, it's very much a partnership.
Mm,
And everyone else on the team contributes as well. So it very much is like a team thing. And hey, sometimes I'm not feeling it during a
yeah.
writing meeting, and I'm just like, I don't know, guys. I haven't spoken in like an hour, so I'm gonna head out.
Oh, that's funny. Like I not feeling it. The creativity is just not flowing. I do understand that in like I have to get into moods. Like I enjoy painting. One of my favorite things to do is like finger paint.
Ooh.
And which sounds like I know it sounds like I belong in preschool, but I can make Bob Ross quality paintings with my fingers. So
That's excellent.
I mean, I can show you one of my paintings when
Please.
we're off of here. It's yeah. Well, one of them is a hush hush secret thing, but another thing is
Shh, shh.
well, it's mountains. But it is the theme. The theme is hush hush secret. But I mean, I also painted the coaster that my vitamin water is sitting on.
Oh.
It's a dragon eyeball.
Oh wait, I think I saw that. It's purple, right?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
really cool. That was
yeah.
super good.
It's one of those moods I have to be in though. So they're all like, "Show us." I would have to get my phone. Hold on. So while we go to the next question, I will find this picture and it will be in chat and Twitch. You'll see it. It will pop up on screen because the chat is on screen. So, well, you said you mainly work write for Project 863. When did that start and when did that actually start taking off?
So it was about. So I think I actually got asked by Matt in like October of last year, if I wanted to come and write for what he was doing, for the story that he was creating. So I came on technically November of last year, and then I had to catch up on like a ton of stuff that was being planned and that was in the works and that had already happened. So I didn't really start working on it right away. It was just kind of me playing catch up. But then yeah, after that I started I think it was like the safe video with the emulator from Deb. I think that was technically the first one that I helped write. Um yeah, so that's where that started.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the safe with the emulator. Yeah, there was quite a lot that you had to catch up on.
Oh yeah, there
So,
was a ton. I mean, especially because that was when everything with the Mountaineer was happening. So I'm just like watching it, and I'm just watching this car and listening to every little minute detail about this car, and I'm just like, oh, what? Okay.
yeah, but yeah. Well, I kind of feel bad for your job because of how I know when I'm building theories, some episodes I'm going frame by frame. So I feel bad for you as a writer, and I feel bad for Woods as the prop master that I'm like dissecting every little thing, scrutinizing everything, even like the audio of the Phantom. I was I was listening it over and over. It got featured in We Are 863 today because it sounds like the Phantom has a British accent, and B I think the subtitles are incorrect. But I don't know. It could just be me audio matrixing it and just hearing things that I want to hear. But
That's
yeah,
true.
it's gotta be so difficult that you have such like you have like an occult following this, and we're like dissecting everything and piecing everything together. So it's gotta be a little like, oh no.
Yeah, sometimes, but like I've never really come across anyone in the community that's just been super mean about it.
Mm,
Because like we do make mistakes, and you know, part of that is just oversight, and it's a huge story, and it's physically and emotionally and mentally impossible to just keep track of everything all the time. So sometimes mistakes happen, but usually people are just kind of like, "Hey guys, you might want to look at this," and then that's cue for me to be like, "Oh yeah, dope. That's not spelled correctly. Let me go and fix that."
well, I know with these the moderators on Spellbound, Soroxa was trying to do um make all evidence into Blender so he could put it in a virtual reality, so he could actually like hold the evidence and look at it and like build theories and basically have the evidence spread out in front of him. And I don't know if he's still doing that, but I know that that's a feat.
Yeah, that's next level. I
Yeah,
I don't know if I can wrap my mind around that.
I can't either. Some of the stuff that people can make in Blender, I'm like, that's nice. How? How?
Oh yeah. Oh
How?
yeah.
So, okay, let's see. We'll go to the next question. Sorry, I'm jumping from
Oh no,
so
you're
much.
fine. You are
Who
fine.
chats in my questions? Oh, this one comes from Brandon, my producer. He says, what are some halves for when you're writing? Snacks, background music, the atmosphere, props on hand, etc. So what do you need to have around you when you're writing?
So me personally, I pound water, and I guess part of that's just because of me being an athlete, but I barely drink anything else but water. So if there's not at least a full like 2 to 3 bottles near me at a time, which is annoying during the summer because then they don't stay cold, um,
Oh, yeah.
then that's an issue. Snacks, yeah, it's kind of just based on like what I'm feeling for the day, because sometimes I just don't get hungry and I just want to focus. And when I'm just writing, it just keeps going. Like I'll sit there and I won't even know like an hour passes. Um, Background music, yes, absolutely a must. Can't have any words in it for me.
Mm.
But
Because
also
you start typing the words.
oh yeah, and like in my mind, I'm like singing the words, and then I'm just like, I wrote that in, I guess. Cool. So no words, but also like I'm not that I don't like lo-fi, but lo-fi does not motivate me in order
Mm.
to like actually write something. So typically it's just, I mean, I'm gonna sound like a total nerd, but typically it's just anime music.
Anime. I knew a girl named Anime once.
Anime May.
So sorry. That was my ex-boyfriend's favorite joke, and it just stuck to me every time I hear anime. I knew a girl named Anime, and I would sit there and be like, "What?"
I like how that's just a one-line joke. Like it just happens and you have to process it. Just like, yeah.
Anime. His other favorite joke was, "So what if I can't spell Armageddon? It's not like it's the end of the world."
Oh my gosh.
He likes those kind of. Oh god, such a.
Boo.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you tell us what you did during the 3-month production break?
Not a lot. Um, Kind of mostly it was just me going through like writing processes. I was updating like the chapters that you see on YouTube. I write
Mm,
all of those out, so I was adding them to videos that I didn't get a chance to. Still didn't finish all of them because, well, and it that was pretty much it. And I was just kind of planning with the team. Like, we still had our meetings towards the end of the break, so planning on that and writing stuff out for Spellbound Plus. I had to write some of like the descriptions and stuff, but yeah, I was mostly kind of not doing a whole ton comparatively to like everyone else.
Yeah, because I mean, it's called a production break, not a writer's break.
It's very true.
You're like, wow, I wish everyone else could keep up with me.
Exactly.
Well, it's building a whole like layer underneath the stairs. You can't do that in a day. What?
I know, gosh. He's like making his own like workshop, like he's like working with it. I'm just sitting there like, cool, we'll just sit over here on the couch and
Can I
do something.
Can I paint something pretty with your spray paint?
Please give me something, please.
I can hammer a nail.
It's just a nail, right?
Yeah. I would probably find a way to ruin that, but
Oh.
I would actually, I can tell you exactly how I would have ruined it. I would bend the nail immediately. I would just go to swing it and just
that's just my luck.
Yeah, I can't. I made a birdhouse. I made a birdhouse once and I sat it up in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
It was the next morning it fell apart. I was like,
no.
I was like, yeah, that's Artemis. That's Artemis is right there. So, okay. So we have another question. This is from the superhero, the podcast. He doesn't like be calling a producer. Without giving anything too much away, can you give us a little insight into what goes into character development that you're involved with?
So a lot, honestly, a lot. A lot of it does coincide with what's going on with the story, because sometimes a character's motives change, and that can result in us tweaking maybe their personality or their character just a little bit. And we are fortunate enough to do that because most of the characters that we've created, haven't really been seen, haven't really spoken. We haven't had a sit down with the Phantom and been like, hey, so what's your backstory? How you doing? So a lot of it, character design was something that I learned a lot about, and there's really no when it comes to creative writing, there's really there's nothing that you really focus on like in other studies, but that was something that I focused on mostly. So you take a lot from other characters too. A lot of it is inspiration. So when I'm writing just as an example, how Deb speaks, typically I take her personality from another character that I feel close to and I'm fond of and I feel like I have a voice for. And then once I kind of get into it, then I feel like I do have a voice for Deb. And it's a little bit easier for me to just kind of write her without relying too much on inspiration from other characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of like the huge umbrella way that it happens with me.
Well, I mean, you have to keep track of so many characters too. Not only do you have to keep track of the evidence, the props, you have to keep track of the characters and their personality. And I would think that you would have to have like some sort of like schizophrenia to to keep track of like, oh wait, they wouldn't say that. It would be said like this. Like, I definitely, I'm in awe that you can do that and you can do that so fluently.
Oh,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. I mean, we all know, the community all knows that you're like the superhero of 863.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Well, we can go ahead and open the stage.
Oh.
I know this is where when people get all like what? And then they'll raise their hand thinking they're not going to get called and I'll invite them up and they're like, I didn't think I was going to get called. Everything's gone out of my mind now. I don't remember what I was going to say. So, Yeah, well, once again, I'm going to reiterate, you must be at least 14 years or older to be on the live stream because of the COPPA and the HIPAA laws. I can't remember which ones. I'm so dyslexic. It's hard for me to keep track. At my job, I have to keep track of HIPAA and COPPA. So, and I work with kids, so I think they all go together, but but they don't.
Yeah,
One
I feel like that would get confusing real fast.
it does get confusing, and especially like because I have to go to court sometimes with my job. So I'm all like, uh, what? Wait, why am I here again? Like I'm in front of the judge, like, I don't know why I'm here.
Could you give me just like 1 second, please?
1 second. I have to like it's because I work with foster kids, so it's a like, okay, who are you again? Why are we here? Are you in trouble or is someone else in trouble?
I need to get my facts straight.
Yeah, well, I usually do that beforehand so I don't look like a total lunatic in front of the judge, but it's also funny too because the judge does the exact same thing, or the attorneys they'll be like, "Wait, sorry, that's another case." Like,
Oh,
I'm not the only one that does it. So we'll go ahead and open the stage. You must be at least 14 years or older. Please make sure that you do have somewhat of a decent microphone. Do not be a Matthias. Do not come up on stage while you're driving going through tunnels. Don't be a Matthias. Make sure your background is free of noise and that we can hear you. Mistress is here. Mistress, I'll go ahead and invite you. Mistress is one of my science girls.
Oh.
Yeah. Mistress, I invited you.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Didn't think I'd be first, but thank you.
Well, I'm like, hey, I know her. We can go ahead and you'll be gentle for Shenelle.
Are you sure about that?
I just realized, nah, you probably wouldn't. Sorry, Shenelle. I brought up the scientist who basically goes through your material frame by frame.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
the one
no,
that
that's
rips apart
fair.
all of the documents that you put up and everything. All of the medical science is my zone. My science partner in crime, who can't be here today because she's still working, is all the technical stuff.
Yeah.
And she says, you're doing an awesome job of writing the story. I can imagine how fun it is to write each episode, given all the theories flying around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fun to see what people think, for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to know, though, how do you go about approaching all the science that's in this?
So, okay, part of what Dope or Nope gave me in terms of like a skill set is just basic forms of research. So just nothing too grand because obviously like science, it requires you to look at actual dissertations and, actual reports in order to get completely the correct terminology and all that stuff. And also there's stuff that I just wouldn't understand, I don't know, I'm just not good at it. So kind of what I do is I just get a basic understanding, very, very bare bones, very obviously not all the way there with context, but I just kind of do the best that I can with what it is. And I know that I know that it's wrong in a sense. Like I know that what I'm saying, people are just like, that's just not how that works. But I'm just like, well, you're right. And that's where it ends.
To be fair, we haven't found anything that's really badly off. I mean, there's a couple of things that was like, that doesn't quite fit, but we could sort of use it that way. So you're not
that's
doing too badly with it.
okay. That's good. That makes me feel a little better.
And I mean, with the medical wise, I think you and Matthias have been really spot on medical wise, except for why is it radioactive?
Yeah, that's the one thing we're still caught on is why is it radioactive? Though there are radioactive traces in medicine, so
yeah, I mean chemotherapy and stuff like that, but
yeah,
it's still like just yeah. I know you can't say why,
No.
but it's definitely like my medical background. It has I have never used my medical degree in anything. And then Project 863 comes around and I'm digging, like I pulled out my medical terminology book and my human anatomy book and my like all these textbooks that I had back when I was 17.
Oh gosh.
I've never seen these books
I had
since
to dig
then.
around in the attic here, just looking for one book on chemistry that I had. And I'm like, I still can't find it. I want it right now.
I still can't find my nuclear medicine book.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are saying words and I'm just like,
Yeah. That's not English, is it?
That sounds like medical terminology for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we could certainly flag it.
I mean, I can make it sound like I'm fluent in it, but it's been like I'm the same age as Matthias. And again, these textbooks I have not dug up since I was 17.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I was 17 when I got my medical degree.
I don't have a medical degree. I just know a lot because my background is medical. My own personal background is medical, so everything about myself I've had to look up.
It's not really a degree. It's more of a certificate. I've got
still more than me.
Well, it's a nursing assistant's degree, certificate, whatever you want to call it. I've got that, but I got that when I was 17 and never, because everyone wants job experience. So I never got a job in that. I just went to the next thing. I just studied the next thing, which after I did medicine, I went into religious studies. And then after religious studies, I went into astrophysics.
Well, see, now you're in territory I want to be in.
Oh, astrophysics is amazing. Astrophysics, I highly recommend astrophysics, but I do not recommend quantum mechanics.
Gosh.
Yeah, probably not.
I studied quantum mechanics. I think I got like only 2 credits in quantum mechanics, and I went, nope. I'm with Einstein on this. This is spooky science. That's what he called quantum mechanics, was spooky science. So I'm out.
The Big Bang Theory.
I love
it. Big Bang. Yay. All right. So.
Well, that makes me happy that at least there's a semblance of some realism to it, to the professionals.
Yeah. There is. The only thing was I was getting very annoyed with Sam calling it a cure.
Oh yeah,
like, it's not a cure.
Not a cure.
Very fair. Very fair.
You know that, Shenelle. You know.
Take her gloves off.
you have sat in while I've been theorizing and counter agent popped up, and you know from just listening to me that I'm like, it's not a cure.
Exactly.
I did that as well. We were watching the episode where it was, and she was saying it was a cure, and I was literally sat there. It's not a cure. It's not a cure.
It's a counter agent.
I think I drove nuts with it. It's not a cure.
Well, like, because the definition, like, it is it is a type of cure, but it's not what she thinks. She keeps using it in the context that it's an inoculant when it's not. It's just
she thinks it's going to get rid of everything that's happened, all of his addiction to the serums and all of this, and it's not going to do that at all.
Yeah. So like, I was just like,
yeah.
That's the only thing. But again, the writing for that, it's like, or the, like, how that has developed in layman's terms. When somebody sees a counter agent, they would think cure automatically. They would think that, and that is actually correct. But my little scientist heart is like, no. No.
Same.
So, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mistress.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, Amon's here. Amon has a question. I know Amon is always wanting to pick another writer's brain. Amon, I'm going ahead and invite you to speak.
Amon is an excellent writer.
He is.
Right,
Hi,
first of
Amon.
all, you don't know that.
First of all,
Second
I
of
saw
all,
your stuff, so I think I can say that.
oh yeah,
It's all over
yeah,
the
yeah,
internet. We
I
all
forgot
know.
about that. I forgot about that. Artemis. Do I sound like I'm older than 14?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you
Okay,
sound
just
like you're
checking.
older than
Just checking.
So what's
All
your
right.
question, Amon?
All right, now for my actual question. Shenelle, when it comes to like, I guess getting in the headspace to write for either your own series or for Project 863, what kind of like other media or stories do you tend to look to or get inspired by that makes you want to write more?
Oh yeah, for sure. So a lot of the media that I kind of engage in is kind of all over the book, or all over the board. I read books. That's what I was gonna say. Also TV shows, like I said, anime, Western animation, anything like that. Mostly it is in a mystery format that I like, mystery with a lot of tension. But also comedy as well. And comedy, I would say, is something that I'm not that great at writing yet. So I'm like trying to learn about that. But I think my comfort zone when I really want to write, let's just say like a character that maybe I'm struggling with, maybe, I'm not really feeling Deb's voice today. Kind of I'll just like I kind of said before, I'll go to a character that I kind of base Deb off of and I'll just listen to them. Normally these are characters that are my favorite characters in whatever medium it is. So it's not boring for me to have to go and listen to, voice files or anything. And I'll just listen to them. And typically that tends to help with the character writing. With the situation writing, sometimes that's harder because you want to make a story, very unique to itself. You don't want 863 to sound like anything else or to feel like, hey, you copied that from, whatever. So that's a little bit harder, but it is always good to kind of just watch what works. Watch the shows that really did it well and learn from them. And then that helps me be a better writer as well because I see like kind of the twists that they took and how they misdirected the audience and all that kind of stuff. So it's inspiration. I'd say that's my long-winded answer of that.
Cool. Have you ever watched Gravity Falls by chance?
I love Gravity Falls.
Of course.
Okay. I asked Matt that a while ago and he said he's never watched it, and I'm so upset about that.
Matt's not always that cool when it comes to those shows. He needs
I
to
know
watch
this,
more.
but
I can't picture
still a bit
him
sad. I
watching
want to geek out about
cartoons.
Gravity Falls. Well, I guess we'll have to sit him down in the office and force him to.
Oh no, that sounded so vaguely threatening.
That wasn't even vaguely. That was threatening.
Sorry, that's just my vibe. I get serious when it comes to cartoons.
Oh, me too. You and I are definitely on the same wavelength there.
Yeah,
let's go geek out about Gravity Falls later.
Okay, absolutely.
The Gravity Falls fan club over in the Spellbound community.
Heck yes.
Yeah, Chanel and I are gonna start that now. Thanks.
I'm down.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Amon.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, bud.
Bye.
Okay. Panda she was typing her question down in our chat, and I was like, well, do you want to ask her? She goes, I'm almost home. It's like 10 minutes away. So I'll go ahead and invite Panda to speak.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was wondering, what has been your favorite part of 863 to write so far?
I would say definitely whenever I get to write a character dialogue script. So anytime that they were texting the Phantom, anytime they have to talk to Deb, just because some of the documents, because like we talked about before, I have to kill myself with looking up all of this stuff, and then I get nervous because I'm just like, oh, there's something that's gonna be wrong. So at least I know with like characters, like these are our characters, these are 863's characters, so there's not really too bad, like there's nothing I could do to get them wrong, so it's a little less pressure, but also it's the most fun, I would say.
Character building is pretty fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's literally one of my favorite parts of writing.
Same. Like I'm writing like a story right now based off 863 and stuff. It is really fun to like write about the characters and kind of dig into their story.
Yeah, character lore is insanely fun.
And basically, well, character development and their motives. And
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's like you get to design a character that could be like you or the complete opposite of you, and you can live that life that you haven't built for yourself, like a personality that you don't have, but you can express it through a character. And that's one of the coolest things I think about writing. I mean, I'm by no means a writer because of my dyslexia. And grammar, yeah, no, I never got hooked on phonics. So but I mean I appreciate character development and being able to kind of express yourself in a different form through a character. Like, oh, I've always wanted to be like the cool jock, but I have zero athleticism, so I'm going to write a character about it. So I really appreciate that, and how people can just get like the psychology behind that. Again, sorry, medical degree, but the psychology behind it, especially with this season with our characters, the psychological toll that it's taking on them. I think it is beautifully done and beautifully written, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's fun for sure.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Panda?
Yeah. Thank you, Shenelle, and thank you, Artemis.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oops. Okay. Let's see. Let's do someone. AJ, I'm gonna invite you to speak. Amelia, I've met you earlier. Hi, your mic is muted. There you go. Hi, Amelia.
Hi, Artemis. I know how you feel about dyslexia. It's horrible and rubbish.
Oh yeah. Yes. Dyslexia. It's not fun because then people get kind of annoyed with you and they're like, why aren't you getting this? I'm like, I don't know. My brain is just mixing everything up. I don't know.
Yeah. Michelle, how did you write the split up thing?
Oh, like the 2 episodes?
Yeah.
So, let me see. I'm trying to go back in my mind to that writers' meeting. So, we wanted to do 2 episodes for a couple weeks now, just to kind of help the channel perform better. So, kind of what we were playing on is something that the audience really liked was... I'm not going to say liked. I'm going to say you guys responded well to it, was when there was tension between the 3 of them. So we kind of wanted to play that out, like how far can we push it necessarily? So if we do have an episode where it's just Matt by himself, I mean, obviously he had Quinn with him, but if it's Matt by himself, and then we have one where it's Sam and Woods, then how is that going to play? It is an interesting dichotomy because they're always seen together. So we kind of just wrote, obviously along the plot that I can't talk about, but it fit pretty well into the overall plot of the season. It was just kind of like, what happens if we split them up? How's that going to work? It seems interesting. Okay, cool, let's do it.
But I think it's not going to work out in the end.
Well, we'll see.
for you guys are like, that sounds like fun. We're over here like, no, the family's falling apart.
I know. That's why I say, like, it's not what you guys wanted. It's just what we get the immediate response from.
Yeah.
It's not what you wanted, but it's what I deemed it so.
Exactly.
It's like Quinn and Matt have a father and son relationship at the moment.
Yeah, they kind of do a little bit. I mean, we look a lot at Spellbound Plus, and I look at the Discord a lot. I know Bailey does as well, and Matt does when he can. But a lot of people really liked Quinn being there in terms of being on camera, and kind of representing Subject 4. It was very loose, but mostly just because people missed seeing Sam on camera.
Mhm.
And so that was kind of a pivot that we made because you guys responded well to it. So we were just like, oh, and you know what? That kind of makes sense. Why weren't we thinking of that? So we're going to do it.
Well, I can tell you the exact moment that it like felt like Quinn was Subject 4. It was when they went into the RV. Matt and they're rushing out of the RV to get into the Tesla, and Matt turns around and looks directly into the camera and says, "Come on."
Yeah.
It felt like he was talking to Subject 4, not Quinn, but he felt like it was talking to us, and it felt like it's like I'm running. Like it felt real to us just from him turning around and saying, "Come on," to Quinn. But it was to us, and so it felt really real doing that.
Yeah, and it was, it's funny that you mentioned that because that was just completely unprompted. It's like that was just something that just happened, and yet it kind of sparked this new way that we're filming now. And it never would have happened unless we had seen everyone talking about it.
And then giving us the antidote as well. For some strange reason.
Yeah.
You guys will find out about that.
Well, the thing is the way he gave it, I got a little butthurt by the way he gave it to us. He's like, here, and you have one too. And I'm like, we better get one.
Hey, listen, Dad was really grumpy, so.
He was. I'm so happy you're calling him Dad because it makes some spellbound moderators are like, you shouldn't call him Dad. I'm like, no, he's Dad.
He is.
He said we're all his kids. I mean, he was talking to Sam and Woods, but I was there.
I was there.
I was there. I was just in Sam's hands at the moment, but I was there. So yeah. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amelia. I love that name just because of Doctor Who. Amelia Pond.
Yeah.
Amelia. Thank you, Amelia.
Pleasure.
Bye. Okay, we have somebody that I need to meow to. Meowko. Emiko. Hi, Emiko. Meow, 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 meow.
I was not ready.
I don't care.
Oh, thank you.
You had your hand raised.
I forgot I had to raise. Oh my god.
Emiko, the superstar, the artist.
I am not a superstar. Stop
You
lying.
are a superstar.
I am not. Okay, I'm not gonna focus. Okay.
So what's your question?
My question is that are you guys wanting to go explore more mystery stuff and finding more old and retro technology? Like the VHS tape that showed up in the latest Project 863 episode?
So I can't I can't confirm or deny other than yes, we do want to focus a lot on mystery. Because I think the videos themselves are almost too much tension. That's what we've been talking about here at the studio. So we want to dive down into mystery again because we really haven't for a while now. And that's something that you guys really respond to and you guys really like. And hey, I like writing it. It's really hard to just kind of write just a tension-filled episode all the time. So I could say definitely we're leaning into mystery. Whether or not we're leaning into retro tech or anything like that, I can't say for sure without spoiling. But yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't
Emiko and
know.
a lot of I'm seeing a lot of subject 4 just really enjoying the old tech.
Yeah, that's what I've seen too. And honestly, like it's fun. Like the one that we've done so far is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I have not. I have nothing to say.
By the way, Emiko, Flying Lemons 98 over on Twitch says hi.
Aw, hello. Why are people talking to me?
Because I told you you're amazing. You're one of those people in the community that inspires other people to join the community and even put their artwork out there. You're one of those people that because you're putting yourself out there, they look at that and they say, I can do that too. And even your artwork just causes inspiration. I know that you did an artwork that inspired me to create something. It wasn't any good, but it was something.
Hey, it was good, okay?
I'll just stick to making the gifts, but I'm not. I mean, it inspired me to draw, and I actually drew Matthias. But I mean, it wasn't that great. But
I'm sure it was
It
good.
was so good.
I'll stick with gifts and painting.
Hey, if you're complimenting me, I'm gonna compliment you. You are great.
Thank you, Emiko. You're amazing too. And when somebody compliments you, you just say thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. I'm not gonna prolong it anymore.
All right. Bye, Emiko.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Of course.
All right. I think we have time for one more, and that will be our hour. I'm actually staying on schedule. Yay, me!
Good job.
Yay! All right. Pastel Polar Bears. I'm inviting you to speak.
What a dope name.
Yeah. She's also a dope artist too. Hi, Pastel.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
What is your question?
Oh god, I had Twitch and Discord going at the same time. Oh my god, that was awful.
So many
I can
voices.
hear you all twice.
Do you hear all the voices?
I do. Plus my own. It was awful.
Imagine editing your voice. This sucks.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your question, Pastel?
Chanel, I'm not sure if you can fully answer it or not, and if you can't, that is totally okay. How do you / what goes into securing locations for Project 863? What made this question come to my head was Wesley's warehouse from you changed the name of the video, so never mind. I don't know the new one off the top of my head.
The RV.
Yeah, the video with the RV. Yes.
So I'm gonna disappoint you just a little bit. Most of that stuff is actually Samantha. She makes the magic happen in terms of finding these places for us. In terms of like us kind of thinking in our heads of where we want it to be. Obviously what we think up is very out there and just kind of like a perfect situation. Like if it is a warehouse, that we did with the Phantom, and like the RV that he had. I don't remember what the specifics we wanted were actually. I'd have to go back and look at the meeting notes, but we wanted like it was pretty much exactly what we wanted. We wanted just like this giant warehouse that, you know, he's probably doing some stuff in it. And then just an RV that has just like all of this gross and nasty stuff and just all of that. So in the writer's room, just to answer your question more directly, we kind of just come up with like a perfect scene that we would want and just like a perfect setting. And Sam basically goes and tries to find it for us that's at a good rate and that's close enough to us. And then whatever it is, we're just like, cool, that works well.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
you have to, as a writer, you not only see the locations, but like you kind of visualize them in your head, but
Feel
you're
the
not in
location.
charge of actually finding them. That's gonna be
Feel the
hard.
location.
Yeah, it's more just because like running the production is her responsibility and her job. So it's just kind of like we basically talk about what we find in the writers' meetings. Like we'll pull up the websites that we use to find these places and we talk about it and we look at them and we're just like, oh, that could go there, or oh, we could use that door for this, or we could use those shelves and put that there. Like with the RV, kind of what we were thinking is it's just like, oh, we can lay out all of these chemicals like on the table and we could put stuff in the cupboard. So we do take a peek at it. Unfortunately, I don't go to any of the locations mostly. It's kind of just the direct production that needs to be there. But I have a decent idea of what's going on when we're writing stuff.
It's nice. Did that answer your question, Pastel?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna say good night, Pastel.
Good night, Pastel.
Bye. All right. So that is our hour. That is our hour up. Thank you, everyone. I mean, we have a bunch of people on Twitch. We have a bunch of people here live. And if this gets up on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And thank you so much, Shenelle, for coming on. I hope you had fun.
No, thank you for inviting me. I like
Yeah.
talking about this stuff, and I like talking with everyone. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
With subject 4, like I think honestly, subject 2 and 3 are intimidated by subject 4, but we're nice. I mean, some of us are.
Most of you guys, if not all of you guys, are very sweet and supportive. I just think subject 3 and 4 are insanely busy.
Yeah, 2 and 3, you mean?
Yes, 2 and 3.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he built a whole layer under the stairs for woods, and I can't imagine what you guys are making him do right now. And Sam does not get enough credit for all the stuff that she does behind the scenes.
She absolutely does not. And I'll tell you guys right now, most of the stuff that goes on, she's keeping us in line. She's keeping track of us. She's reminding me just on my side, she's reminding me every day when to get chapters in, when to get descriptions in. So Sam is the kind of like the dark horse. Not really, but she's the one that definitely does a lot of the work behind the scenes. That doesn't get a lot of credit for doing work behind the scenes, if that makes sense.
Yes. Well, the thing is the thing about behind the scenes work is it's behind the scenes. Yeah. So we don't really get to see that. And I mean, if there was no Sam, I don't think there would be a Project 863 at all.
Oh no.
Because of how much that is on her, and that she's actually taken on. Like, it's not that it's been put on her. She's actually taken it on because she believes in this project and believes in the community as well. So she's big fans of the community. And I think subject 4, even though we don't agree with her methods on the 863 Samantha, I mean, I think subject 4 understands that Samantha is the glue that holds everything, the project together. So
yeah, she really does. I obviously, like, I can't reveal a lot of stuff, but Sam's amazing, and she does a lot beyond just being on the videos or using the camera or anything like that. So yeah, she deserves a ton of credit.
She held the camera. Woods held the camera for like a half an hour, and Bailey was even saying that she was holding the camera, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, I can do this." And then after like 15 minutes, she's like, oh, okay, now I can see why it gets sore. And then after a half an hour, she said, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and I can attest to that because the same thing happened to me. And here's me being all cocky, like, oh, I work out, I'm fine, and I put it on, and I'm like, this is horrible.
I got a message here that Bailey's trying to ask a question, but Bailey can't find the podcast.
Uh-oh, Bailey, follow my voice.
Bailey. Let's see. Is Braydon? Let's see. What mods do we have in here? I thought I saw Nikki. Yeah, Braydon's still in here. Braydon, can you find Bailey and maybe give her perms? Bailey's trying to get in the stage and ask a question, yeah. Bailey, if you can hear our voice, Braydon says try now. Braydon, you can hop on stage if you want to. Can you find Bailey? It's like, where's Waldo, but where's Bailey?
Bailey.
Let's see. I don't see her. Let's see if I ping her. Bailey. Oh yeah, she's called the Mega Lurker in here. Oh, and then Dino told me to watch my language because I pinged Bailey.
Hold on, Dino.
What? And then there's Emiko right there with his art. Where's Bailey?
Where's Bailey?
Don't ping staff, Artemis. Yeah, okay, Braydon found the problem. Bailey. I'm all getting told off because I ping staff. I ping staff all the time. You have no idea.
Like, relax.
Yeah, I ping the big man himself sometimes, so. Would be nice to give Spellbound staff firms to see the channel. Did she find it?
Bailey, my friend.
Even Twitch is all like, "Where's Bailey? Where's Bailey?"
Bailey.
I do have to say, Subject 4 loves seeing. I think you see some of the posts, but they absolutely love seeing. They're like, Shenelle, we need more Shenelle. We need more Bailey. Like, it's just so funny.
It's nice to be wanted.
Well, yesterday when you were on the live stream, yesterday, everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's Shenelle!"
See, I can't think of myself as that important that people that I don't know would be so happy to see me, and then I see it and I get whiplash because I'm just like, oh wow.
It's this community because I even get like, I get people in Spellbound being like, "Oh my gosh, if Artemis sees this post, I'm gonna freak." So I like it, and then they freak. And I'm like, it is weird, but it's just this community. This community is just fantastic.
Yeah, this community is amazing.
The only thing I can put this up with would be Supernatural fandom. I don't know if you were a fan of Supernatural, but the fans for Supernatural were like obsessed and supportive and just like would do anything for the fandom. There was a running. How come you can ping her, Braydon, and I get yelled at by Dino? He's like, I own the server, that's why. Staff are immune to Dino.
Oh gosh. Bailey, my friend, Bailey.
Is she in now?
I don't know, Bailey.
Aren't you guys like in the same building? You could just call out to her?
Well, I'm in the little like phone booth because it's sound insulated in here, but like I have a feeling she's like out front.
Is that what those are? I never knew.
Oh,
I
the
thought
big
they were
boxes?
just. Yeah, I thought they were storage.
No, they're phone booths. Yeah, they're TARDISes. Yeah.
They're TARDISes.
They're sound insulated TARDISes, so it's just the best place to go. I mean, like, no, there's not a lot of people here today, so I guess I could have been outside, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, about that, and you're just like, I'm going into my dungeon and hanging out with Subject 4, and I don't want anyone to know.
Anyone
Like,
to
even
just bother me, please.
even Dad was all like, only the cool kids get invites. I'm like, all right, Shenelle it is.
I am a cool kid now in the eyes of Matthias.
Yeah, exactly, because he did say that.
Bailey
He
went to
did.
subject location number 3. No, Bailey! Bailey,
I don't
no!
see her. I don't see her either, Braydon.
Bailey! Where did she go? Bailey,
know.
subject 5 confirmed.
Confirmed. I just think it's funny that location 3.
Well, you know what? It's funny because when we were writing that video, literally the one thing that we got stopped on was like, well, how is he gonna know where they went? And we're just like, Bailey can be there, and she could have heard them or whatever it is. Like they, you know, so it's just like Bailey has to just sit there and be like, oh yeah, they left. Yeah, this is where they went. Okay, back to work.
Back to work. No biggie, right?
No biggie.
Location 3. I don't know what's going on.
Location 3 sounds fun.
Flying Lemons is freaking out in Twitch over here. Bailey!
Oh my gosh. Bailey!
There she is! Okay, I'm inviting you to speak, Bailey. There she is.
Made it. Hi.
Hi!
I was so lost and now I'm found.
Yay! How are you, Bailey?
I'm so good. I'm just down the hall from Shenelle, and I could hear her in the booth, but I didn't want to interrupt. So
I always interrupt.
Listening from the outside. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We basically just finished up. You came right at the end.
I know.
So now it's the Bailey show.
The Bailey show. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know what to do with all this power. What happened?
You know that Subject 4 is a big Bailey and Shenelle fan club. So
wow. I mean, I'm so honored.
Who cares about that Matthias guy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? We'll take over. You take over Subject 4.
Yeah.
We're gonna take over Subject 4, Bailey.
I don't know how do we do that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay, you need to try to pitch this idea at a writers' meeting or something, but a podcast should be the ladies of Subject 4.
The ladies
Just all
of Subject 4.
Yeah, and just like you guys, Sam, well, like the ladies of 863 basically, or even the ladies of Spellbound, and you guys all get together and talk and have teacups in front of you or something.
So
and you guys can spill the tea.
I was just gonna say we could spill the tea.
Yeah,
totally. Shenelle, we have to pitch it.
Okay.
It would be, I guess you, Sam, and I.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We're what's her name? Lauren. Yeah, Lauren. Get Lauren in there because I mean I don't think Subject 4 knows who she is.
Yeah, Lauren is Kevin's executive assistant, and she sits in the same room as I do, and she is amazing. I love her, and she's hilarious. So she would be great on the podcast. She's so funny.
There we go. We got the 4 ladies for the podcast right there. You guys definitely should. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if the demographics are the same for the podcast as it is for 863, but I get more male viewership. And I don't know if that's the same for 863.
Yes. Yeah.
So definitely getting like the good-looking ladies on a podcast, that would up the views.
Just be gossiping the whole time, talking about girl things.
Oh, dude, I
It's
would.
boring.
We need to get more ladies in here because that would just be amazing. I want that so bad.
Oh, yeah, so
Petition. We'll put a petition on Spellbound after this podcast, and we'll have everyone go. We'll do a poll, so it's like it'll be right in front of Dad's nose.
no.
Excellent.
Someone says, don't forget Luna. We should definitely get Luna.
Oh,
I'm sure she has some very good insight.
She definitely would. Oh, one of these days, I would love you, Chanel Bailey, to play Gartic phone with Luna.
Oh my gosh!
Because I think,
oh my gosh.
I think she would be able to draw a lot better than her dad.
Probably.
I saw Matt's Draw My Life, so.
Oh, does he have a Draw My Life? I need to find this now. I need to learn all.
It's a bunch of stick figures.
You know.
I'll send it to you. It's funny.
Only the most creative people.
Yeah. Did you have a question for Chanel and how she writes?
Oh, let me think. Hold on. I'm sure I have a question. Hold on 1 second. I just put in my headphones and they're not working properly.
Technical difficulties.
Okay. Okay, let me think. No.
Yes.
How does Chanel write?
Flying lemons. I love Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who too.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely have questions for Chanel, but
You're like, I see her all the time. We're besties.
answer them for me. Oh, thank you for attaching Matt's Draw My Life. Let me think. Chanel,
Yes.
what is the current process for developing the characters of 863?
So right now, we have at least the ones that are named. Basically, I sit with Matt and Bailey and Woods and Samantha and Tanner and Mike and am I forgetting anyone? I think that's it. Quinn, yes. And we all sit and we all talk about what we want these characters to do and how we want them to be, how we want them to fit in the moral of the story. And then from there, I turn on some kind of show and I'm just like, hey, I think this would work well for this character. And then I just practice writing their speech. And then I send it to Matt and he's just like, hey, cool, that sounds good. And I'm like, sick. And then we go with it.
Wait, what do you mean you practice their speech?
So, like, especially with Deb, because a lot of her scripts were very long, because I had to account for what Matt and Sam and Woods were going to say, as well as what she was going to say, and make it work in terms of giving information to the audience and them. So, a lot of stuff was going on. I practiced kind of with I kept it from school. It's basically like questions that you ask yourself and you write out the answers as a character. We did it a lot for like my literature writing class, but basically just answering those questions and just trying to nail down the character and how he or she would speak and how they would react and how emotional they are and how prone to certain emotions they are and you know their cadence and how curt they can be when they're talking and kind of all that stuff.
So have we determined what Enneagram numbers the characters are?
No need to though. I think
we should have them take Enneagram tests in character and see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like I need to have Matt with me when that happens just because he's the self-proclaimed master of the Enneagrams. So I need
my
to...
gosh. I
need to have him
I was
there.
a 4 or a 5 though. So
what are you, Artemis?
I'm a 7-8.
Got you. Okay.
And I'm like because he's all like, nah, I can see you being an 8. And then I looked at it and I was like, I'm not an 8. And then I looked at 7-8, the 7-wing 8 or whatever, and I'm like, that's more me.
Oh, interesting.
So-
I don't know. I can't find like the wings. I'll have to look mine up because I'm a 3. And of course, Matt guessed that I was going to be a 3 before I took the test, as he does with everybody.
To be fair, Matt only knew me for like 2 days, so
Yeah, well, it's crazy that he can do that. It's a little scary.
yeah, Mr. Mind Reader.
But let me see if I can guess. I bet Sam would be like Sam 863 would be. She strikes me as a 1.
Oh,
Because that's like
maybe.
a perfectionist.
Maybe.
Um,
Honestly, I need to like I need to look at it again.
I feel like Matt and Woods in real life are kind of similar to their enneagrams would be similar to their character enneagrams.
Well, Woods is so aggressive in 863 sometimes that just Woods here would not hurt a fly, and he's so protective of everyone here, and he's just the guy that like when you want to talk to, you go and talk to, whereas Woods in 863 is just like, I just want to kill this guy.
Chill Cyphus, yeah. So
Well, the thing about that is like the psychology about that is definitely the fight or flight, and he's definitely in fight after Woods got hurt.
Yeah.
So,
True.
like, I don't know if that's his personality. I think it's more of an instinct to
True.
defend.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, I definitely think we need to do some more research on this.
What is Cyphus's number?
Oh, he's got to be a 1, right?
Really?
I
He's a
don't-
perfectionist?
I feel like it.
Amelia,
Or
just
wait.
smile and nod.
Wait, what's the control? Like, what's the one that really craves control?
I think that's 8.
That's
then
8.
Maybe he might be an 8 then.
Yeah. Asserts control over self/environment, powerful, lives with gusto. Artemis, you and Cyphus might
I'm
be the
a
same
7-8.
It's just in Artemis is Cyphus?
Hey, I mean, I'm also a Slytherin, so I don't know.
True.
Oh,
yes.
Syroxa's an 8. Syroxa's an 8.
Oh, there
Syroxa
we
is
go.
Cyphus.
That would be amazing. I would love that. I would love that Cyphus would be a Canadian. That would just be funny. Oh, no, Mistress says that I'm Deb. Yeah, I can't be Cyphus. I'm Deb.
Artemis is Deb. Okay, no.
Ah.
Yeah, because have you seen, I don't know if you've seen that, Chanel, that there's, well, I've played Deb a couple of times in other people's projects. They've asked me to voice Deb, but that all stems from a fan fiction that was written by me, not by me. I can't write, but it was written for me by a fan who actually asked if she could use me in her story and she's like, I know you're not a character, you're a real person, but can I write you? And I'm like, well, I have to read it first. And she made me to be Deb.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a Deb voice, Artemis. Yeah. I don't have a Deb voice. I just use the voice mod.
Well, we don't know what Deb's real voice sounds like, so.
Well, we heard her on the tape, right?
Yeah, but it was kind of crackly and.
True. We saw that behind 863 where you put him on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
I want that program so bad.
Wait,
I wouldn't do anything with it. I just want it.
What are you referring to, Artemis?
Mike Badal has a program that in Behind 863, seasons 1's Behind 863, where he made the tape of Deb and Wes and the torture. He said that he put Deb and Wes's voice like in the back of the room in this one program. So when this program can make it sound like it's anywhere in the room. So
that's pretty sick.
I don't know. Mike Badal.
Good sound skills. He really knows what he's doing over there.
I hope so. Well, he's Grammy nominated.
That's true.
He is.
Yep.
Not for nothing.
No.
Not for nothing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Bailey, for joining the end.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad that I could slip in for a minute.
Thanks
Yeah,
for being here, friend.
We'll definitely have to get you as a co-host.
Ah, I would love to be a co-host.
Yeah. And if you guys have not seen, you guys need to go over and check out. Can you guys shout out once again your Twitch addresses?
Yes, of course. Shenelle.
Oh, I am Peanut Butter Nelly. That's just P and then nut. Does not sound weird. And then butter and Nelly.
Peanut. And mine is Sunny Bay, which is Sunny, SUNNYBAI.
Go check
And
them out.
Now and I stream a lot together.
Yes, we do.
So
They do Minecraft, they do Gartic Phone, they do Jackbox. So
yes, Gartic Phone is superior.
You know what? I do like that now. Bailey just showed it to me like the last stream we did, and I was just like, oh, I like this.
Yes.
It's kind of, I give her props for streaming it because it's kind of difficult to stream.
It is hard to stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
But props.
it's so fun. I can't resist. I gotta show it to the world.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you, Artemis.
us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Well, this is going to be the end of the podcast. We had our tea session with the ladies of Spellbound. we definitely still need a tea session on a podcast because that would just I would love that. Even like Amanda and Luna being there would be the cutest thing.
Oh, yeah, that would.
Yeah. So thank you, ladies, and thank you everyone who is listening on Twitch, everyone who is here at the Discord, and everyone who is listening to this in this unedited version on all our platforms. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Braydon, can you shut down the stage? All right, bye, ladies. All right, Shenelle, if you just want to hit the exit quietly, then you can get off stage.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
For having
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Braydon, I'm going to go shut off the stream, so I'll be right back.